So on 1st March, Faye Webster released her 5th studio album, Underdressed at the Symphony. Well, this is a 10-song long album whose runtime is 36 minutes, and I bet you will enjoy it totally. So let's start with how was Webster doing in this album. Personally speaking, she was very sad, she was very low, she was very lonely, and I dare you to call it solitude. It was not that. She was lonely, she was broken, she was sad, she was heartbroken. It was huge cyclone of emotions running through every song with repetitive words trying to convey the same old message. This was getting too much emotional for me. What really amazed me was she was really faithful and loyal. Like, she wants that guy only so much that she had some weird wish which was like a Lego ring. Lego hurt. The ring hurts, and if she wears that ring, it would hurt her. But she wanted pleasure in that hurt because that hurt is given by her love. That is some twisted, cringy love kind of thing I would never understand. Speaking of relatability, this album was very relatable to me. It actually shows how the person who loved somebody suffers. Like, you think that you miss the person, but it is actually the memories that you have with the person is what you miss insanely. And she also emphasizes about growing and also being in pain when she is growing. Like, you have to tear, you have to wear in order to grow. That was exactly how she represented the whole thing. It was you can you can literally feel that in her voice. And there was a part in this album where she was not craving any intimacy, no kissing, no missing, just the comfort of that person, because she literally loved him insanely. Like a mad woman, she loved him. So all she wants is no intimacy, no kissing, nothing. Just him being there for her and hugging her. That's all. That's the comfort she needed. Yeah, that was insanely poetic. Speaking of poem, this album was hell poetic. If you make me put it into a single sentence, it was like she didn't say much, but she said it all. Like in the song Lifetime, she said, I can never imagine myself before you. It was a double entendre. Before you, as in she was doing better before him, and it also represents the change of time. Speaking of delivery of Faye Webster in this album, she used a repetitive style for the whole album. In most of the songs, she used superimposed wavelength of her vocals, which actually made me feel that, that's nice. That's really nice work of production. And in few songs, it made me feel like she's possessed. That sounded really ugly. For example, in the song Feeling Good Today, that song was ass. I don't hate the whole production of this album. There are just one or two black modes in this album, which I really want to ignore and pick that out for you. And if you ask me to plug out those impurities, it will be Lil Yachty and Phoebe's song. That song was whack. As I told you, it's the superimposition of wavelength which made her sound a little echoish. Sometimes it sounded good, sometimes it sounded bad. But Lil Yachty thought this is a rap song or a hip hop song, and he started giving ad libs to Webster's line, which sounded really ugly. And if that's not enough, Webster literally got really wild in the song, and she ended up ruining the song. And speaking of the story of this whole album, when you chronologically arrange every song after each other, and this album makes out a good story out of it. So the album started with she thinking about her guy, thinking about you. That song was 6 minutes long, and I loved it. It was so plenty, yet very little for me. Then, as she was thinking about her guy, she missed the memories and she wanted his comfort, no intimacy. She wanted to feel his warmth, no kissing, no missing. And then she started overthinking. And this is what happens with every overthinkers if you overthink a lot. So this is for you if you overthink. If you overthink a lot, you will in some point of your life will engulf yourself and grows yourself around negativity, and that's what was happening with her. Anyway, she figured she was getting negative, as she said in the song, wanna quit all the time. And then she figured it out and she sorted things out, and she also learned that she does not want to be like her ex because he ruined himself and drank a lot. So she quit drinking and found a mature way out of it. I mean, to grow as an individual. The song Lego Ring, Lifetime, and He Loves Me, yeah, are actually one song. Lego song is like she wants a ring so that she can feel the pain on her finger that reminds her how much she loves that guy. And in the song Lifetime, she talks about dependencies, how much she is dependent on him, how much she has totally given herself to that guy with trust, love, loyalty, faithfulness. And then this extends to another level in the song He Loves Me Yeah, when she actually appreciates every little gesture that we men do out of love, care, and she actually acknowledged that. And it was like, wow, very few girls do that, and she's one of that. And I loved that whole song, as a matter of fact the whole album. So the fun fact that I learned from this album, if you go through somebody's Amazon or eBay purchase history, you will know a lot about the person. Smarty Pants. The whole album had a same kind of sad beats, but in the song 10th, I feel in that song she actually gave it a good ending, and she finally moved on to a very happy life. This is how the story goes in this album. So let's talk about overall rating. What's the favorite song of everybody? I think the best song from this album is Thinking About You, and my favorite song is also Thinking About You. I want that song to last for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because I can't stop listening to that song. The song is plenty, yet the song is small. And the worst song is the song from Lil Yachty, Lego Ring. Although the message was really lovely, but the song was ass. And the second song, which was the worst song from this album, is Feeling Good Today. Anyway, this is what I rate this album. Hey, subscribe for more such videos.